What's going on, guys? Welcome to another Final Fantasy Brave Extras review video. We're going to talk about some units here, including Lazul or Ruby, and also Pearl, and finally Randi, who got a rework. So yes, I will be including Randi, even though he's not in the thumbnail. He's included in this video, so don't click away just yet. Got Ruby or Elazul here, and his STMR is it's certainly something. I'll say that, certainly something. So whatever that something may be, it's up to you to decide. I personally feel like it's not that good, but only because I just don't think True Shield Wield, which is what that acronym, like the TDH with a shield basically is what I'm trying to say. It's not very good, but we're getting into the positives here. For 20% Stone Killer, 150% Undead and Beast Killer, so that's 3 killers, that's pretty good. 150% Limit Prestige passive, 200% True Shield Wield, 500% Capsule Lightning, his STM will give him to 600, and his limit burst is 130% Wind Imperil, 24% Wind Amp, 150% limit burst damage buff, and also 150 times mod 24 hit, which I assume will chain with Hawkeye, but I don't know, maybe not. And the SLB is 130% Wind Imperil, 35% Wind Amp, 100% planned Stone Killer, just like Kurosame. So this is like a copy of Kurosame almost, except this is 300 times mod with 24 hits as well, so there's no one hit. This feels like almost a carbon copy of Kurosame. I knew it was going to be almost going to win Kurosame, except he doesn't have the finisher limit burst. So he has almost no abilities. He has 3 abilities and only one use on his grandest ability. His STR is one-handed, so it gains no variance. True Shield Wield is just not that good, and it has not been good since its release with Lightning. No one uses it. There's no reason to use it because your damage is just going to be far less. He starts out with no TDH. He starts out with 0% TDH, so now you have to build him TDH. This guy is just... I'm sure he's going to hit very hard with that limit burst. But who's going to invest into EX3ing this guy unless he's your favorite? Who's going to invest EX3 into this guy so you can use this SLB more often? It's a nightmare to build this guy. I just don't think he's very good. I'm going to go 7.5. I know yes, you're going to see probably some videos and he's probably going to do a lot of damage. But these are people, if you're going to see videos on this guy, these are people who have a lot of equipment and can build him properly. For new players, good luck. There are some free equipment in the event, but it's not going to help him too much. He's a nightmare to build because he starts out with 0% TDH, and maybe you could build him true to wield, I suppose, but like, you're using like several slots to make him anything. True Shield Wield just isn't very useful, guys. I'm sorry. It just isn't very useful. There's no variance involved. There's no anything involved. He's just chaining with a one-handed sword and a shield. So he's a little more survivable, but most times the DPS aren't getting hit anyways. So 7.5 for Lazul. I was not impressed. Pearl. The STMR is quite interesting and quite good. So 2-handed hammer, 201 attack, which is pretty good for a hammer. 200% or 100% stone killer, and also 200% attack when wielding a hammer. So basically, even though it says single wielding, you can only equip it. So it's kind of weird how it's worded. But so brave shift form, 200 times mod, light AoE chaining, and also 150 times fire AoE chaining. And by the way, those come with 120% light and fire imperils respectively. With those, 500% chain capsule lightning STMR will help with that. 200% stone killer, 150% human killer, instant LB fill at the start. No EX plus needed on that. That's just one of her passives. Her Brave Shift Element Burst is 25% Hammer and Peril, so I think that's the first. Yeah, that's the first. 100% LB damage buff. Well, maybe that's not the first, but it has to be one of the first. If it isn't the first, it's one of the first. Because hammers aren't really that used. If you guys didn't know, hammers are very not used that much, so. Dark AoE damage 180 times, stacking 2 times, so yeah, stacking 2 times for 280%. And that's where the positives end. Base form is like factually or subjectively useless. She has her Lumpers does nothing. She has a hide ability, and she cures stop and charm, but that's just not that useful. So she has 4 turns only on the strong Lumpers, you know, that kind of. She has in her strong Brave Shift form. She only has 4 turns, which is just a yikes. Just yikes. Only 4 turns. If she had infinite turns, you would just stay in her Brave Shift form. Grandis ability is only 1 use. Other Grandis ability costs 60 Olympus crystals to give 60 to 1 ally. So literally, factually, a worse in trust. Because it doesn't even get, it's only giving you 60. Like, her Brave Shift form is very good in terms of chaining, that's for sure. But it's like, you only get 4 turns of it, so it's like you get something really good and then it goes away because her normal form is literally useless. So if you're using 2 of her in the middle of a trial and you shift back, now you're just defending for a few turns or hiding because she does literally nothing. Literally nothing. I've never seen this on a unit, and I know I researched this from comments, and apparently this is what she does in the game, in the early game or whatever. She's very useless. So it's lore based, but it just doesn't translate very well into this game. Why would you just stand around doing nothing for several turns? Your damage is going to be off a cliff. And not usually that's a good thing, right? But no, this time it's not a good thing. So I don't even know how to grade that. Like, I'm going to go 8, I think. Around 8-ish, because at least her Brave Storm is extremely powerful. But the 8 is very flimsy. I'm loose. It's like this. This is how loose it is. Because that base form is so, it's like, I understand that they wanted to make this lore, and a lot of people seem to like that, but like, I just don't think it's a good idea. Maybe it would just been a better idea to give someone else this slot instead of her, because like, this banner is just, I was gonna pull on it, but now I'm just like, you know, like the meme, with the Drake meme. That's me right now. I just don't feel like this is a good banner to pull on. I feel like this is a bait banner. I feel like this was rushed in a way. I do feel like this is a bait banner, and apparently there's more banners coming in the coming days. So I do not think this is worth pulling on. But we'll talk about Randi now. So Randi got a rework. His S tier is kind of weaker still than the global version, because remember the global version did get changed, which is, it's funny that his S tier is still actually kind of worse, but in a way that's kind of better, only because it gets 10% S per, right? The global version is 30%, this has 70% S per stats, which actually matters. So technically it's kind of better, but in a way it's not. It's kind of like this, but since it's so easy to cap attack now, 70% S per stats is quite good if you have a Bahamut on him, or whatever you need for killers, because he has a lot of killers. TMR when you craft it to +1, 227 attack. I'm not gonna mention those stats, and 50% physical and magical beast killer. So pretty good. When you don't craft it, it's like 160 something, but you'll craft it, right? 500% cap, nice. 400% TDH, which I was not expecting. So he has 400% TDH. So no reason to use any TDH on him whatsoever. But you have to enhance him, by the way. You gotta enhance it. 30 times mod boost all abilities besides the Limit Burst. And ability to remove his imbues from himself, similar to the Elric brothers. So you can remove all imbues from. I'm not sure if you can. I'm pretty sure you can just cast this. If you can't, that kind of ruins this whole thing, because the first part of the ability says revive all allies from KO, but like I feel like you probably can still just cast this, but maybe not. If you can't cast this, this kind of ruins his whole thing, because basically you have to let someone go kaput, and that's never a good thing, just for a 200 times mod buff. But you only have to do it once, as long as he stays alive. So all of his chaining also gives 100 times mod to that finisher that we were talking about. It's permanent, so as long as he stays alive, you only have to do a lot of these things once, but you still would want to build into it. Similar to Cleom, and a CD finisher becomes 1,330 times mod. I'm pretty sure I did that correctly. Let me know in the comment section down below if that's not right. But the problem with this is that it's a 3-turn cooldown, so you gotta wait. So your damage is gonna be a lot less during the times you're waiting than the times you're not waiting. So it is what it is on that one there, guys. Fortunate. I was thinking that all those modifier buffs were going to be for like his chaining modifiers, but nope. His little burst is not very good. It's very weak, so don't even bother using his little burst. It didn't get changed really. I mean, maybe the damage got changed a little bit. But I don't think it's still worth using. And then his chaining mod's only been improved by 30 times. So you're not bringing him to chain. You're bringing him to. Hopefully, I'm assuming he self caps. If he does not self cap, then that's just sad. Because like what would be the point of this? It's like I'm going into this, guys. I'm going to this assuming that you can self cap chain just like Cleom can, because there would be no reason to make him this way where you could finish that huge modifier, but then not have it work in the way where he chains twice and then finishes. So it would be very strange if that doesn't work like that. So if it turns out that that's not the case, his score is going to be a lot lower. Just so you guys know, my score would be a lot lower if this doesn't work at all, and but I think that he's pretty good. He's pretty well improved, I would say. I wish that his chain modifiers were a little higher. I wish they were buffed a little higher, but it is what it is on that. I'm going to go ahead and give him an 8.5 if he can self-chain cap, which I assume that he can. If he can't, his score goes down a lot more, because you're only using him as a finisher. That's about it. So I think they definitely improved him. I know everybody would like to see an Evision Awakening, but it's just not going to come anytime soon. Not yet anyways. Hopefully maybe in a few days, maybe the new banner will show that maybe the new banner that comes out, maybe it'll be an Evision Awakening by then, but I doubt that, because they wouldn't just do this and not release a Evision Awakening. So this banner, there's no Evision Awakened at all. That's what it just feels like this is a skip banner. Apparently you can pull Hawkeye, like for something, like for 60k Lapis or something. Like, I would just stay away from this banner. Unless you really like this game, just stay away. Stay away from this banner. Most of you probably, if you've been playing for a very long time, you may already have Randi. So I would just, if you have Randi 7-star, just STMR him. To get that STMR. So otherwise I would just stay away from this banner. Save your Lapis. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. Hope you guys learned something. And I hope to see you in the next one. Make sure to leave a like, make sure to subscribe if you're new around here, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.